So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirits and my intuition, the tarot, to communicate energies to you guys. Fantastic viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you guys finally found me. Here I am. And for those of you guys returning, I'm so blessed. You cannot believe how grateful I am to have you guys here, a part of my channel and this community. You guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today. Today's reading, we're looking at the person on your mind and this person's intentions and their next action towards you. All right, let's make sure we're consciously here. Okay, we're not sort of asleep at the wheel, so to speak, in a trap. Okay, these readings aren't made to be traps, but they're also not made to make you feel any sort of way. Just be conscious and know that you have conscious will and free choice to make decisions in the present moment and that are for your highest good of healing, whatever that looks like to you. Okay, as long as you're looking at that from whatever angle, from wherever you're at on your journey. Okay, beautiful angels. Let's take a look. Option number 1, we have the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot. Option number 2, we have the Sasa Burrito Tarot. And option number 3, we have the Light Seers Tarot. I haven't used this one on this channel, and it's one of my favorite decks. And finally, option number 4, we have the Apparition Tarot, a Spirit Speak. And for Oracle cards, we have only 2. I'll be using the Mirror Oracle. And I'll also be using the Breakup Oracle. Okay? Just to put things into perspective. Now, we don't take words literally. It's the energy that I'm channeling here for these piles, okay? So, yeah, let me channel and interpret the energy as I do based on what Spirit is knowing that I'll deliver to you. But if you're having a difficult time with your intuition, I do ask that you connect with Spirit and ask for something you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether the pile is for you. This reading, though, I will be just kind of looking at the baseline of the energy, you know, what's happened in the past, just so we know we've connected to the right energy. And then predominantly we're looking at the person's intentions and their next sort of action, or where's it going, you know, what is this person going to do? So readings sometimes are reverse, meaning you've tapped into your own energy. It's going to be your state of mind, what you intend on doing, and your next action. If that's the case, you can go to another pile. Sometimes I get a blend of energies, and it could sound like you and the person you're dealing with. Those are really confusing. Sometimes those are soul connections. You'll have to sort of determine where you fit with that. And sometimes I get a very clear defined 2 people in a reading, and I'll assign you to one sort of person, and you can just crisscross roles. It's all fine. It's all good. Sometimes different people pull through here. You know, we're asking to see Billy and we see George. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't yell at me. You don't want to hear from him. I don't want to hear from Billy. Billy's annoying. Okay, well, I don't know. Billy wants to come through here for whatever reason. You're not obligated. Okay, if it doesn't resonate, then it actually gives you contrast. Okay, so take away whatever you need. Beautiful angels with these 4 piles, and I'll put the timestamp in the description box in the pinned comment below, and I will see you at your pick. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 1, you guys pick the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot for your pick. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the person on your mind, the person you came here about, and we're going to be taking a look at this person's intentions towards you and their next move, okay? We'll also be looking at passing energy, just so you know whether this is your pile or not, like what's happened in this connection. Could be coming from your point of view, okay, or an objective sort of look at what's happened with this connection overall. if the pile is flipped, it might come from your person's point of view in the past, and then your energy might be coming through as the intentions and actions. Okay, so I don't know and I don't control how it comes through. I'm just reading cards and energy. Okay, so I don't know. Sometimes all of the piles are all the viewers. Sometimes all the piles are all the people we're thinking about. It's annoying. It's annoying to me. I kind of just got used to it, sort of, but I still like to talk about how annoyed I am. So, I don't know. You're coming to me with the energy. I'm just reading your energy. Let's take a look. Pile number 1, person on their mind. What's happened in the past in this connection so that the viewer knows that this pile is for them. Person on their mind, spirits, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful, beautiful pile number 1. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. And the viewer, wow, the Empress right off the hop. Okie dokie. Let's take a look at this person's intentions. Pile number 1's person's intentions. What are their intentions towards pile number 1 and this connection? Thank you so much, spirits. Okay, we'll look at their actions at the end, but I am going to pull 2 of these. Remember, don't take the words literally, okay? The connection for pile 1 and the person they came here about is the energy of the past here, the baseline. What's going on in the baseline? Boop, boop, and one more biddly boop. Pile number 1, 2 more biddly boops. All right. It's never one, spirit, is it? Nope. Nope. You need a train of cards to read, Linda, don't you know? Don't you know? Okie dokie, let's take a look. Baseline energy. Decision. I've made up my mind. I'm not wasting any more time. And I just heard, I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go again. So I don't know, are we deciding to be single? Here I go again. Not wasting no more time. Oh, a desire to win. I'm going to win. I'll look better, do better, and get someone better. Oh my goodness. Alrighty then. So I'm getting 2 energies here. I'm getting the energy of somebody who's moving on and somebody who's still an ego and wants to play the waiting game, apparently, here, and wait it out and hope that this person sees them in all their glory. Okay, distance and signs. Okay, beautiful angel. So I do feel there's a separation here, okay, and not because we pull the cards of the separation, because in fact, these are the lovers and these are the separation cards. But what we're seeing here clearly is a separation in energy. And I think you guys are on 2 different pages. And I do feel like there is, most likely for a lot of you guys, a long distance. Okay, but this could just talk about the separation, the distance, emotional distance between you guys. And I don't know, with these signs, I get a lot of energy. Like I get this could be definitely a soul connection in which we were, you know, really being guided by the divine. We were seeing signs, symbols, synchronicities. Maybe we were missing the signs telling us what to do, or maybe we're being guided on what to do here. Okay, we'll see more as this sort of unfolds, but I am getting an energy here of I made up my mind, not wasting no more time in how I handle or who I give my heart to, you know? And you've got somebody sort of still wrapped up in themselves. So this Empress is most likely this one who's knows self-worth. Okay, this is all about understanding our self-worth and who we let in our garden and who we share our heart and give our heart to. So I feel like there's been a tough decision here that this Empress has had to make, which I'm assuming is you. Okay, Libra and Taurus energy. What do we have? Death in reverse and the Hangman. Okay, beautiful angel. So yeah, you're transitioning here. I think it's a slow release, but I feel like you've had a change of perspective. It's like what I'm really hearing here is I should have seen the signs, and Spirit saying like don't play that game, you know. I should have known better. I should have seen the signs or whatever. Here it's like no, just know that you're seeing differently now. You're seeing differently now, you know, and you're still on your way to fully releasing whatever this was, whatever this thing is trying to be, you know. This isn't somebody who is caring about how you're feeling so much as it is all about how they can conquer and win, you know, and I have a feeling like they're not getting what it is that you might have been providing to this person here with this, you know. And so I feel like you made a 180 in a decision here. And it's to release and to transform and to move on and to lean into your boundaries and your ability to love self. Yeah, and I feel like you're being guided to do this. Like, this connection was fully guided in order for you to understand your full Empress. Okay? Painful, but definitely something here that you can always sort of take away here because you found your value. So let's take a look at this person's intentions. Okay. All right. Let's see. 9 of Swords. Yeah. So this person is up in their head severely. This is like almost Dark Night of the Soul type energy, if depending on how long we sit in 9 Swords. Because if we're in our head too long, feeling anxious thoughts here, something's got to give. And it starts to get very anxious, paranoid, can't eat, can't sleep. This person's in their mind. There's a lot of concern about what is this Empress doing. You know, we got Pisces, by the way, and Scorpio and Taurus, Libra. Sorry, I don't know why I have I rarely ever call out Scorpio here on this channel, but there's definitely Scorpio here. So, okay, so we already know, since we're looking at intentions, that this person is really highly motivated by their own state of suffering, because this doesn't feel good, you know? So whatever this person is going to do is really driven from, I don't want to sit here in this anxious state thinking about what has happened or what will happen. This is like thinking about things we have no control over in the future, and just sitting in that, or like really ruminating about what we said and did and how it went down and what the other person thinks and does. And it's like, it's a lot of that. Okay. Yeah, 3 Swords. And look at this. It's like, this is where we have to sit with someone's actions, words, intentions, or lack thereof, which could be our own, and heartbreak, you know, separated from the ones we love. 3 Swords to the heart. It doesn't feel good, but it's in the reverse. And I don't feel it's like because this person's on the healing up mend. This person is understanding that there's a need to process the loss here. And I do feel a heavy sense of in denial, because I do feel like this person would rather sit in the what ifs than accept some form of loss and acknowledge that it's time for them to heal the loss of this. Because I do feel like the Empress has left the building, and the egoic gladiator here has something to prove, who's still single, by the way, and is preventing dealing with the hurts here, or the lack of action, or the words that were spoken, or the pain. And this heartbreak could have been here previous to these two getting together, for sure. I don't know how long this heartbreak has been sitting here stagnant. And I do feel with these signs, like I said, if this is guided, this connection was bringing up this thing so that your person, okay, if this is your person, heals some unresolved heartache. I'm saying, no, I don't want to look at it. Don't show me that. Don't show me that. But what's pile 1 doing? What's pile 1 doing? So there's a lot of anxiety, and I feel like I was going to even say anticipation, because I feel like the anticipation is coming from, I know this is brewing and coming. Something in my body can feel this pain, but I don't want to welcome it and lean into it and work with it. So I'm going to delay, avoid, prolong. Okay. So what are we going to do? Yeah, look, 5 Pentacles. You guys saw me shuffle. You saw me shuffle here. This isn't a good energy at all. I've got two people out in the cold here. I think they feel like, I don't feel this person is understanding fully. How do I put this into words, you guys? There is a sense of delusion here, only because sensing your energy, this is you with this beautiful heart that you got two hands on, your own heart. Okay, and power to decide who gets this heart, because I have a feeling that maybe we weren't really consciously knowing the ramifications of who we give our heart to. Okay, which is a beautiful quality, by the way. Okay, beautiful quality, by the way. But this person's looking at this and whatever's happened here and saying, I'm left out and I feel shut out and you're unhappy because we're not together right now, or we're separated right now, and I'm going to win this thing, but I'm sitting here in the discomfort of this, and it's like, you must be like me, right? You must be sort of waiting it out too. Like, you want me to come to you, and I want you to come to me, but I also want to appear as though I'm unbothered. And so I'll wait this out because I know that you're also in the same boat as me. Meanwhile, you're like with your hot tamales out here, living your best life. I don't know. This energy keeps coming through here. Living your best life because you saw something different. You saw this person different. Whatever looked attractive about this is now sort of looks like not so attractive. It's the ego. The ego is not attractive at all when we see through it. It's actually something we'd rather not deal with, or look at. It's not coming from a heart space. Okay, this person's heart space was shut anyway. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, there's the devil, but this is I'm not about to let go of this connection, because this person, in order for this person to go through motions of reality, if you will, and healing and what they're being called to do, this person would have to acknowledge their emotional state and their suffering and the pain that's within them. But instead of doing this, I'm going to lean into the ego and cling to, I don't know, this connection in some way. So we got Devil, Capricorn energy. Devil in reverse. I think this person is either really, 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 really going through it, or what is this? Why is it in reverse? Let's see. Oh, they're really, 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 really going through it. Okay. So, okay. This is the type of energy that's like, you hurt me, I feel betrayed by you. And I don't know how long this person was seeing it as your fault, okay? This is skewed. This is their perspective. It's your fault that I'm going to be hurt here. However you handled it, I feel betrayed by this thing. It's your fault. I'm sort of sitting out here. It's your fault. We're sort of both not talking because you can easily just resolve this thing. And then it becomes, how long can I sit out here in the cold realizing that you're sort of done, And then we start to feel like this. I've sat here long enough realizing you weren't coming back, or you were completely honest about the decision you made. I couldn't see that you were seeing things differently, and maybe you gave this person the benefit of the doubt. And like I said, a beautiful heart here from the Empress, compassion and love until we were no longer betraying ourselves. And now there's this turn here, I feel, it's turning from the heaviness of I'll wait it out to anxiety. What do you mean? What do you mean pile one hasn't come back yet? So this intensity is even more intense. And this is like a dam that's about to break. This is insane, this energy. So whatever this person does, it's really from an unclear mind and an unhealed place of desperation. Okay, I just want you to know this. And King of Swords in their head, strategizing and most likely validating their own sort of position logically, looking at things from the perspective of all the things that pile one did that hurt me. And it's like the more we stick to the fact of that, the more we feel okay without addressing our own skin in the game and our own emotions and our own hurts. And it's like, I'll just stick to the facts that whatever pile one did here, here, and here created a part of this dynamic, which might be true, by the way, but that's all I want to see. So it's selective understanding. It's picking through facts and information to support my position, because if I took all of everything, emotions, my own actions, everything into consideration, I'd know that I was also a part of this whole thing. And I'd see the dysfunction. But I don't want to look at my own dysfunction. No. Pile one hurt me. And I don't want to accept this ending. Yeah, Temperance in the reverse. Sagittarius energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Capricorn. So what is this? Unhealed, off kilter, because we're so driven by the anxiety and the dysfunction. We haven't processed the dysfunction. We haven't processed the ending. The only thing that we're sort of looking at or dealing with are the facts, selective facts, and then backing that up with more logic and understanding of how we like to unpack, selective unpacking, so that we can stay out in the freezer a little bit longer, until we can't feel our tits anymore and our feet anymore. And then we're just like, I guess I gotta be honest, but I don't know. You're not quite honest here, but there's this big dam that's about to break. I'll tell you that much. So 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this is this sort of an energy. It's like, I'm not going to be the one that's going to do the effort or the energy here, or put forward the commitment or the dedication towards approaching. I'm just going to sit here confirming and validating what I did was honorable. Yeah. I feel like they're justifying their actions. It was honorable. I had to do it this way. This is whatever their justification is, for God's honest truth. And I feel like they are dealing with some facts, but it's selective facts, and it's so much dealing with it in a way like they're doing a, I don't know, like a thesis, writing a thesis, when this is all about human emotions and love, which have nothing to do with whatever it is that they're trying to do here. It's like, I'm smart enough to know how human dynamics work. And if I wait it out here, then eventually I'll be let in, because my odds are, 9 times out of 10, I get let in, whatever. So I'll take those odds. Okay. All right. Okay. So Chariot in reverse. Yeah. This is a heavy imbalance and needs to integrate the pain and the shadow and the emotions, but I'm avoiding, denying, suppressing. And so the universe has me at a stop here. This person has a hard stop, breaks right now, crossing their fingers, their toes. in a state of perpetual sort of limbo, I feel here. And this pause is eventually going to have to be looked at one point and another. And if pile 1 comes in, it breaks this pause. If pile 1 does not come in, this person is going to hit a massive tower, massive. And it's going to definitely trigger some form of rude awakening, ego death, dark night of the soul. It's like one hairline away from this. This person is needing to heal, needing to integrate to parts of self that they're suppressing or denying or not wanting to acknowledge, which most likely is the pain that they've experienced either in the past or in this connection or the loss. But I do feel there's a lot of pain in the loss of this connection, the separation, and there's a heavy in denial about it. So their intention, what is it? I'm going to sit here in my honorable truth because what I said what I said. I know what I know. But man, I don't like it. But I'm going to be stone cold here in my appearance because that's what a man does, or that's what someone strong does, or, gender aside, that's what a strong person does. Okay. All right, let's take a look at their next movement. Pile number 1. I saw the Queen of Swords there. Queen of Swords to the King of Swords. And in this deck, it's one of my favorite cards. Let's see if that does come out. But Queen of Swords is learning from our experience and laying boundaries. She's very wise, And she uses her wisdom to make decisions with clarity, to speak truths and take action on her truth. So, all right, let's see. Spirit, pile number 1's person's next move. What is pile 1's person's action towards pile 1? You see him sitting there, staying there, outside in the freezer, waiting for you to get more cold than them. I should say waiting for you to give in. Let's see. Spirits, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 1, the person on their mind. What's their next move, their next action towards pile 1? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. Thank you so much, Spirits, for this message. This one wanted to reveal itself. Page of Cups. Look at that. Apology. But this, no one wants your stinky fish here. Should I give my stinky fish? Contemplating about this apology. Okay, Page of Cups. Napoleon energy. I'm getting ego. Time I see Napoleon here comes through every once in a while. I don't know, little man syndrome, That's what it seems like. It's like our ego and our view of ourself precedes itself. This is like the type of energy, if you want to know how good Billy is, just ask Billy, Billy will tell you how good he is. So, let's see. What do we have? 9 of Pentacles. Okay, that's the confidence, independent, single card. What's under that? The 4 Pentacles, yeah. Ruminating. What I'm really getting here is ruminating, because I don't like sitting in that cold freezer, with my cold tits or feet or whatever. Cold. I don't like that. I didn't like that 9 swords. So I got to do whatever I got to do to come out of that. If that means apologizing, even though that goes against my ego and my pride. But it might be something I'd consider better than sitting in the freezer. So I'll apologize, but I cannot let go of the fact that I am in charge of my own sort of relationships and how they go in my world. And no one can sort of tell me how to live my life or what to do, because I still want to sort of hang on to my singleness. Okay. All right. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. So empty promise of what I can't deliver. Because really this 1 plus this 9 is 10. So this would mean including you in my long game plan of building a future together. It would be a solid offer, but I can't provide this to you because I'm holding back. I'm a little bit too cautious with what I've built for myself that I can't let you in. And I want to hang on to it myself. I don't want to share that with you. I don't want to share it with you for whatever my reasons being. Either I don't trust, or I just am like this, or I'd have to share this with you and I don't have to do anything because no one tells me what to do. But I want to come and apologize to you. Okay. 2 of Wands. Yeah. I sat here contemplating, humming and hawing. This person's moving towards you. They're going to decide once the sitting in the freezer and they can't feel their toes. The only logical reason the King of Swords is going to come up with is to apologize with an empty apology. This doesn't mean this person doesn't feel hurt. This person has the 3 swords in their hearts. They're not acknowledging it, and they don't want to let this go because their higher self of them knows of a greater truth that's keeping them chained to this connection until they acknowledge their 3 swords. But they have unhealthy coping mechanisms with the devil there that they're not wanting to see or acknowledge. And so they will go forever repeating cycles. They will go forever in denial until the reality sort of slaps them in the face. And because this energy is very strong of hanging on to this, I'm calling it the hyper independence, but it's not wanting to share of self because no one tells this person what to do. Okay, they definitely have a twisted view of what connection means, you know? Yeah, look at that. 7 swords. 7 swords. What did I say? Honey, the tarot reader, she's freaking me out again. Freaking me out. How did she know? Because it's in the energy here. It's all over the energy here. So as long as you don't see the truth of my real intention, because this person on a level knows your big old heart that was here would only be something that you would consider if this person came with something solid, you know? And I don't even know that you were asking for a 10 pentacles so much as you were asking for something real and solid. None of this sort of whatever they were coming forward with. And so here they come with their stinky fish apology, hoping, praying that you don't see through the strategy, that really I just want to come out of the cold. But this is the thing. It's like really thinking about, because this is like giving me that King of Swords energy. The only thing I'm really left with is empty words, because you're going to guide this conversation in a way that will reveal something. And so how do I come up with the conversation? How do I come up with how to approach you? How do I come up with this apology so I can, and there goes my email, so I can control the situation to be back wherever it was that I want to be here, you know, because I feel like this person wants back to wherever they were in your world, but not too far in, you know, because I want to hold back still. I want to hold back and I want to hang on because I have a lack mindset. And you want one of these. I don't want to give one of those. No. So what can I say and do then? I'm smart enough to come up with something, right, that you'd believe. That doesn't make me feel like an outright liar, because then I wouldn't feel good about myself, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe you'd see through it. And if you see through it, then really I could be out in this freezer energy. So I got to be very cautious about what I say and do right now. So is this a good time? Are you ready to hear my apology? I don't know. So I'm kind of contemplating this. Hangman in reverse, but my mindset's still the same. I still see things the same way I did. This is how I see things. Hyper independent, and I don't want to share my wealth, or I don't want to share what of this part of me that belongs to me that I feel I'm going to be exposed or have to give of self. And so I'm going to be held back when it comes to this offering, because I am stuck on that perception of how I have to be in relationship, or how I am, you know. I've already attached to the idea of this is who I am and how I have to be. And that's all I see and understand and know and experience. And as long as I keep thinking of myself in this way and I'll keep experiencing myself in this way. And as long as people in my world keep sort of showing me this is okay, then I keep doing the same thing. But I'm in denial myself because there's 3 swords this person needs to deal with, and my throat chakra is closing because I feel this person needs to tell the truth. And they don't want to acknowledge the truth that they're in a stingy energy that is untrue about their beliefs of how it works to be totally free and independent and confident from ego and greed and stinginess and pulling one over, on someone else. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. So this is saying this connection, the only way that it would ever in the 3D world and be something that would come together in a healthy way of progress in the 3D world would be to collaborate and to work on things together, both contributing together. Because one pentacle has to come from one person and the other pentacle would have to come from the other person. But I think this is the strategy. I don't want to give my pentacle. So because I don't want to give my pentacle, how can I make the universe different? How can I make science different? This is going to be the only person on earth that can make a connection, sort of concoct a connection here without giving a pentacle, because I want the luxury of the build. I want the luxury of a connection without the sacrifice of what I feel is a sacrifice to build the connection, because this would take counseling, work, communication, effort, energy, and giving of one's pentacle. And it's like my point of view of what this means is what's holding me back. And I think this person has a dysfunctional understanding, very narrow scope of what it means to give that pentacle. They think it's I don't know, losing a part of their build, their independence or something like this. And so they have that guarded, but that's that's the 3 swords in reverse that they're needing to deal with. And so I don't know, their world might mean more to them than emotions or feelings, or their sense of security in some form or fashion here. But this is also a period of coming out of limbo. And so this is why I say they're coming towards you with an apology. It might be right now that this person is humming and hawing and trying to strategize and a lot of in denial on their end. And I don't feel like this person is hates you or anything like this, This is somebody clearly who can't be honest with themselves, so they can't be honest with you. And they have a big brewing pot of pain underneath this thing that's being called to look at, and this burden goes on you rather than me looking at it. And this person might have sat reviewing, and it's like coming out of that period of pause. Once I strategize and understand how I'm going to come forward with an empty apology, that's going to protect my empire here without having to give this pentacle. When I feel like you might be ready to maybe listen to what I have to say here, but skirt around or dance around the reality of what needs to go into this thing. So I hope that you're also in some illusion or some in denial. And then we can, trick the universe thinking that we're working together here in some way, but it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't build to anything, and I don't have to give of myself anything, and I could maintain my world as I know it without having to flip my world upside down. Works for me as long as, I'm out of the cold and you see this and work with me in this way. So that's it. That's what you got with someone here, okay? This doesn't mean forever, and we don't judge this person. This person just needs to take a look at themselves, and they're not doing this, and I feel like they won't do this unless they have to sit in some discomfort again, and I don't know how many times I got to go back to that freezer, but I feel like any reprieve from the freezer will give them time to just sort of keep this. And I feel like a big old tower. In fact, I want to see, why not? Why not? Because I do feel like the Empress deserves to hear what happens to this Page of Cups. It's an immature energy when it comes to expressing one's emotions and connection. Very immature. We don't even have Knight energy. We have a Page. That's a child, you know, someone who is very, very childish when it comes to developing their emotions. It's like what I say when I need it, and I just sort of cry out for my mom. There is really no, they think they're a King of Swords here, but there really is no strategy when it comes to emotions so much, because a child just sort of needs what they need and they don't know why, you know? No insight here. Let's see, Spirit, pile number 2. Sorry, jeez, you guys might be connected. Pile number 1. This person, if they don't deal with, look at this Lovers here. There's one behind it, but I only feel that one. Gemini. What happens if this person doesn't deal with their ishness? What's going to happen when this person just sits there in the freezer? The Star, healing. Okay. The universe doesn't punish, it heals. That's good. And then we got Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Until they heal, they won't be able to have a new beginning. They won't be able to offer that pentacle that they're hanging on to. Okay, but I think they want to hang on to that pentacle, but they need to heal this part of them before they can go down a path of the Lovers. Their purpose, their partner, experiencing what they're destined to experience is blocked, and it will become a choice or an option for them once they heal. And this would be their full wish come true. You know, their ideal relationship, their ideal life, their ideal path would become available once they heal. 6 of Swords, moving on from that 5 Swords energy and the 6 of Cups. Soulmates, destined lovers, soul recognition, destiny. Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Destined, destined, destined. So, and there's the 9 of Swords. Spirit is really saying it's inevitable. This person sits in 9 Swords long enough, which they will, because I feel this Empress is gone someplace else. No matter how destined this connection is, because I do feel this is a soul connection, a soul lesson. And this soul lesson was brought on by the divine in order for this person to take a look at this block in their 3D world about connection and their misunderstanding when it comes to manifestation in the 3D world. I think this person likes to fantasize potentially about what an ideal relationship could feel like, and maybe be very much keeping it in some in denial state, you know, rather than dealing with it in the 3D. And I feel like Spirit's showing the healing happens along the way, along the path, which is, by the way, a very slow process. And it's full of like understanding here, mental anguish, sitting with ourselves, self-inquiry, asking a lot of questions, and coming out of any self-sabotaging energies where we short someone else and ourselves, because the winning justifies the means here. You know, like that, I'm going to win, that card we saw. I should have left the Oracle here. That's 5 Swords energy. It's looking at like it as a win-lose type scenario. And this isn't about winning and losing. This is about how do we do the most honorable thing here in line with our emotions. So this person is going to heal slowly, painfully, slowly through turbulence, ups and downs, until they get to a point, you know, where they understand and see this from a perspective here that allows them to really be honest about their held back energy of the Ace Pentacles, so that they could come to the point of making a conscious decision. And I do feel like you're the one that got away. And this will replay in this person's mind. And on the other side of this, you know, this is the heart that the person was holding here, the Empress. On the other side, it was this innocent, genuine love. And this is the type of love here that has zero expectation. You know, that only has a selfless type love. And it's also, like I said, an agreement here to come into someone's life to remind them how to love from the heart space. So there might have been definitely a soul contract here through the divine with the destiny here. But I'm going to let you guys know, whatever point in time that this person heals this person will come forward and want the reconciliation with you. I don't know that you're going to be findable, but their heart is going to see a truth, which is, I got to reconcile with pile number 1, not from the place of the 7 swords and look at me and all of that King of Swords. This is mutual, unconditional. I don't want anything at all except to shower you with the flowers you probably never got from me, because I finally see it differently. I finally see it. And they could see it. But it's slow, and they got to heal, and they got to come out of that sabotage. So, they sit in that 9 swords, and Spirit's really saying, let them sit in the 9 swords, and not because you want this person to suffer. It's like, it's not even under your control. It's already destined, set in motion. Like, I feel like this connection was triggering a healing for both of you guys. A dark night of the soul, and this person's going to go through a dark night of the soul. And we can only sit there for so long. It's very, very, very uncomfortable, and with every sort of acknowledgement of the shedding of the ego and the realization of truth moves them slowly, slowly, slowly to their purpose and who they truly are. And I feel like this person is truly aligned with you on that vibration of the heart. They just couldn't do it in the 3D. So I don't know what this looks like, some other planet, some other time, where maybe you're available or maybe you're not, but that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 1. I hope this helped you. I love you guys very much. It sounds very challenging. I'm sorry you're dealing with this. I'm sorry if you're on the flip side of this. It's not fun, but these lessons happen the way they do. So I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. You guys picked the Sasa Burrito Tarot. I always feel like, I don't know, eating when I say that. We're looking at pile number 2's person on your mind, and we're looking at this person's intentions and their next action towards you. Okay, so, or lack of action, however it pulls through. But in order for you to know whether this is your pile or not, we will look at sort of the passing energy, get a baseline of the connection so that you know if this is your pile or not, okay? It might come reversed, meaning it's coming from your own intentions and your own next action. If that's the case, you can go check out another pile. Okay, I can't help how it comes through. So let's see, Spirit for pile number 2, person on their mind, their intentions. Can we take a look at pile number 2's person, the person they came here about, the energy of the connection? What's the baseline? What's happened sort of here in the past? Clear and concise message. Take these all. Yep. Okay. This person's intention, Spirit. Pile number 2's person's intentions. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy of you, and the energy around you at this time. Thank you so much. For the greatest and highest good of pile 2 in this connection, Spirit, the person they came here about, what are their intentions? Clear and concise message. Please help me to channel this message in a way that pile number 2 will understand. I'm so blessed. Thank you, Spirit, for this message. All right, let's pull some oracles. Now remember, don't take words literally. Okay, I'm going to be channeling the energy. Pile number 2, person on their mind in this connection. What is the energy like here? What's going on? Those want it to come out. Okie dokie. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. I'm getting a little bit of energy, but I won't mention anything just yet. Let's see. 9 of Swords. Oh my goodness. So 9s are about fruition, completion, fulfillment. And the Tower. You guys. Oh my God. I don't know. Spirit always does this, you know? It's kind of, I don't know why it frustrates me. It's like, because I want like all the piles to be like independent energies. I don't know why. Maybe it's my OCD or my Virgo. I feel as though this is pile number 1 flip. From the other perspective is kind of how I really, really, truly feel right now, you know? It's like I was done with that energy. Ugh, and I'm just so drained. Okay, Linda, keep going. Nobody cares. Okay, lies. Fighting it. The harder I try to resist you, the weaker I seem to be. Oh no, you're weak. You got away. You're the one that got away. I'll look for you in the next life. What did I say? Go watch pile 1, please. I feel this is your person. Well, I don't know. We're going to see. This is most likely you, because in the other one is probably the reading you're looking for. I know that makes no sense. Okay, but trust me, this is the other person. Ooh, 9 of Cups. Look at all these 9s. Yeah, I know my worth. And now I'm all about me. Okay, so before I get into this, because it's so clear to me, I do hope you go listen to pile 1, okay? Because I have a feeling this is your energy and your intention. What's happened in this connection is everything I said in pile 1. Your person, okay, which I'm going to pull through here, there's somebody here who has a really, 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 really difficult time understanding what it means to be free, to make conscious decisions that are in line with their highest good, meaning healthy connection and experiencing love and what it means to give of self. And this person has an unhealthy way of their understanding of this, because I feel like this person feels like they give away a part of their world if they engage in connection. So for some of you guys, this person could have just been unavailable here to invest in this connection and might have known this for whatever reason. I don't care. Devils, third parties, emotionally unavailable, hyper independent on my inability to commit. I can't commit. I can't commit. I can't commit. I can't commit because I'm unavailable to give to pile number 2. And I'm sitting here in my 9 swords, dark night of the soul, because I do feel like this couple is in a separation here due to somebody's inavailability and an inability to produce to this connection, making a choice that they couldn't and maybe believing it to be not a choice that they can't. And so they most likely are sitting out in the cold here. And the intensity is being driven up in the mind, where we can't turn it off. And we're covering our ears here and we're fighting it and fighting it. And so this most likely is somebody who looks at themselves as the only person on earth that has no heart, that won't feel anything, and can control their emotions. I am strong enough to overcome my emotions in order to guard my security or my position or my beliefs on how I feel about my own world. Fill in the blank, okay? When I say X, I mean the X. Fill in the blank, but it could be someone's X. I don't know. But anyway, they're sitting here in their own nightmare. Intensified. And I feel like this person's fighting their own ego and in denial with this lies, okay? I don't feel like this person, like, just so you guys know, I don't feel like this person was some malicious person who had like all of this like secret affairs in the background. This isn't what this is showing. If they were in a third party, you already knew about it. Okay, for some of you guys, but this doesn't say third party on it. All this is talking to me about is I was choosing my own belief whatever it might be. I want to be single. I don't want to commit. I can't invest for whatever reason. I got to stay in this job. I can't. It's true to me and I believe it, even though it's not true. It's a 7 swords of energy here, because if I accept the truth, then I'd have to take action on the truth. So I'd rather believe my own lies. And so I want to stay in that illusion of engaging in a connection potentially without giving of anything here. Okay. And so now that it's over, because I feel it's over, this person's been sitting in this sort of bed that they made. And as long as they sit here, this type of energy only has to result in a tower, because it doesn't all of a sudden just dissipate quietly. It's like something snaps. We can't no more. It's like louder, 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 louder. It's giving me very much Dark Night of the Soul, where we snap and reality slaps them upside the face. This person, okay? And if it's you, I'm sorry. This is inevitable. This is where the universe says you didn't want to acknowledge, see the reality as it was. You wanted to believe your version of reality, or your security for whatever reason, or your adaptation to what you thought reality would be best for you. And Spirit says you had time to figure it out or sort through it or whatever. And when you can't do it, the only way to part you with your illusion so that you can have soul growth is to rip it from you and show you what you need to see. And then you can't grasp at straws. You have to deal with reality. And what's this reality? Uh-oh, I lost pile number 2. The one that got away. It's a reality. It sets in here that I wasn't available, and I had the person in front of me here that was my person, and they got away. And now my only reality is that maybe in my next life, how do I sit with this, I got to wait for my next life to be with my person. Oh, that's not a good place to sit in at all. But that's the reality here, because pile number 1 is gone, Pile number 1, pile 1 is definitely the same. It's like the saga here, okay? Pile number 2's got away because I let them get away. I was an ego, and I was fighting for another cause here, and it was all a big lie. So, your person's intention, see, I'm reading this as your person, okay? But I have a feeling this is like, because it's flipped. I know I don't mean to confuse you, but I have to channel it the way it comes. So, this most likely is you. Your intentions. What is this person thinking? This person's like, la, la, la. I'm totally understanding my value, and now I only invest what makes me happy. Emotionally. If it doesn't emotionally fill my cup, why would I pretend? Why would I invest? Okay. So let's see. Is this coming from a place of ego, or is this coming from a place of lessons learned? I don't know. Let's take a look. Strength in reverse. I was ready to cover it up. So we have Leo here. Sorry, giving up here. Knight of Swords. Okay, let me see all of it before I... This 4 of Wands. And the 10 of Pentacles. Love it. Oh, and the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. And the Page of Swords in reverse. And the 3 of Wands. Okay. I do feel this is your energy, beautiful angel. I feel like wherever you were passionately pulled towards this connection, you had a fire, a desire, this is a beautiful energy, raw passion. I feel like you're dealing with your own energy in a way that's honest and true. And you've had to confront yourself. Confront yourself and deal with how you engage openly and honestly, truthfully with yourself, and confront this part of you. And I feel like this is the only way that you are able to fully deal with and understand the situation with your person. because I feel this is your energy, and that's how I'll read it, and you could flip it if you want, okay? So what's happening here? To you, the most important thing is stability and a future you can create with the right type of people that are stable and solid for you. You're on your way to having this new beginning, and I feel like this is all about the self-love you give to self. You've had to learn this. You've had to earn this. I fill my own cup, and it's been filled here with this green goo of whoever this was for some time, until I looked down at my cup and realized it was, green goo. And it's like, do I want green goo, or do I fill my own cup fully so that I am able to deal with the situation here that is going to give to me the truth of what I want to build for me? Then I need to really invest in myself, not stay here like a poor beggar. Please, sir, can I have some more of your green goo? Nail polish is significant here. Okay. You can wear nail polish. Sure stands out here. Blue nail polish too. So this takes a lot of work. Self-love, it's in the upright. Throughout this process, pile number 2, you learned how to love yourself. And what is the universe going to bless you with? 9 plus 1 is 10. A 10 of cups and a 10 of pentacles and a 4 of wands. What is this? Your ultimate partner. Your ultimate partner, okay? I don't know. Your twin flame coming in, your soulmate coming in, who you're meant to build a future with here, with a 10 of cups and a 10 of pentacles, all because you learned to fill your own cup and identify the green goo that was being given to you. Okay. And so what is this person, which I feel is you, their intention? I am no longer seeing or interested in pursuing, moving forward in this connection. There's no advancement. There's no level up. There's no more progress. It fell apart. There's no development. I don't see it. I can't see it the same way. That was Hangman represented in pile number 1 in your energy. Okay. I don't see it the same way. So my understanding went with it. Whatever it was that I could see and envision, from a 3 to a 4, what I could build and how I'd move forward with this person, has now changed. I don't see it and I don't feel the same way. And because of this, I'm now opening the door to what is possible for me. But at the same time, I've been learning about giving myself love, understanding I am of value. Beautiful. Look at this, you guys. Wow, what a change in energy here. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I am no longer going to put up with third-party situations where I'm not with someone who is stepping up to the plate or of the same caliber to produce and invest in something that doesn't progress to more than being stagnant or stuck. So there's a good recognition here about this, okay? And it's choosing self. What makes me emotionally happy. And it's coming from a very soft place, I feel here, with all this pink self-love, self-love, self-love. But it's been through very challenging understanding of regulating ourselves, because I do feel like there was a lot of passion here towards this person. There was a lot of desire. There was a lot of unregulated inner self. I feel like there's a you might have had to deal with an abandonment wound. It's like the thing that just triggers within us to want to be loved and to sort of, it's like makes us weak in our knees. And I feel like this person might have made you weak in your knees, and it's like, I can get through this. I can get through this. And I got to sort of stick to truths here, rather than give in to my feels or my passion or my emotions, Beautiful. So let's see then. What's this person, which is you? What are they going to do? Looks like they're opening up to a 4 of wands and a 10 pentacles and a 10 cups. So it looks good, but let's see. What are you going to do next in this connection that we've come here about? Spirits, pile number 2. What is their person going to do? I don't know how this is going to come out. Let's see. How is pile number 2's person? What are they going to do next? Next move, next action towards pile number 2. Pile number 2's person's next move, next action towards this connection. What will they do? What will they say? What will they not do or say? Next action. Now it could flip on us, okay? I don't know. Let's see. It could just be advice, could just be acknowledgments of how far you've come. I don't know. It could be how your person's feeling here. Let's see. Pile 2. What's their next move? King of Cups. Look at that. You're opening yourself up to love. Someone who's emotionally available. Who's willing to pour in your cup. This is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay. 2 of Swords in reverse. No longer fence sitting. 8 of Swords. We broke free from the mental prison. Good. 9 of Cups in reverse. Oops. So this person's inability to fill your cup, most likely disappointing you time and time again, or being emotionally unavailable, has been apparent to you. You might have sat here for some time, you know, in this 8 Swords, believing, understanding, or convincing yourself that there was no other way or no other person, or I don't know, sitting there waiting on this person to get clear or provide you with clarity, or you've been in limbo land for some time, feeling like you were trapped by this indecision that this person's been making. And it's like, why am I waiting here or not moving on or forward? And you understood something with that Hangman and that change of perspective that you were having, that I was talking about, in regards to seeing the situation for what it is. It has been unfulfilling emotionally when it comes down to it, and you boil away all the green goop in that cup. And so one thing, like, you know, is what it feels like to be engaged with someone who emotionally can fill your cup, because you know what that's like now. You've experienced this. So Page of Wands in reverse and a 5 of Pentacles. So what's this person going to do next? This person is no longer entertaining, no longer wanting to pursue, has lost their fire and their zest towards, because this is the early stages of exploring and getting to be excited and understand more about a situation. Okay, this could also be communication, which, by the way, is blocked here. I don't feel like this person is going to pursue, move forward, entertain any situation that leaves them out in the cold, making them feel left out or in limbo, not clear, and not emotionally pursuing them. So what are they going to do? Nothing. They're not doing anything except for freeing themselves and opening themselves up to a King of Cups. And so does this mean this person doesn't feel love? I think this person had a lot of love and still feels a lot of love in this situation. They're coming up as a King of Cups, but the King of Cups doesn't do anything with his love so much as he just feels very deeply. So I feel like this person, regardless of what they experienced here, is like, I have so much love in my heart for pile number 2. Regardless of what I experience, it doesn't diminish my love, but I cannot pretend or investigate further or explore this when it's at a stop. This would only limit me, and this would be a belief that I was at the mercy of someone else providing me with happiness. And all this does is leave me out in the cold and give me lack mindset. Yeah, no longer pursuing. There's no longer an option here as far as they're concerned. They don't want to pursue it. They don't want to grab the wand to make a choice. They don't want to communicate. They just want to sort of sit in their love, understand their love, be emotionally available, and bring in somebody who is emotionally available to them because they know the value of this. This is what they've learned in this experience. So, you know, what are they going to do next? Nothing. They've understood something here and they freed themselves. But they love, you know, and I don't feel like this person is like suppressing how they feel or saying I shouldn't have felt or whatever. I just feel like this person's like, man, now I know what a shitty situation feels like, you know? This is not good. And it's not, I don't feel this is an energy here that's like, angry at another person. I feel like this energy here is just saying how disappointed, like how disappointed I would be here in something that wouldn't produce. So there's this recognition. Whew, challenging. Okay, pile number 2. Most likely this is your energy. I do suggest you go listen to pile 1, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3, the Light Seers Tarot. Gorgeous deck. Let's take a look. Person on your mind. What are their intentions? What's their next move towards you or this connection? Before we get into your person you came here about, we'll also be looking at the background of this connection. What's happened in the past? We'll get a baseline so that you know whether this is your pile or not, okay? Energy could be reversed. If I say it's you, could be your person, vice versa. Don't let me dictate who is who, all right? Although sometimes it comes through where it just comes through naturally where I'm saying it's you, and it might be your person. All right, take what resonates, and this could definitely be all about your own intentions and actions. If that's the case, go check out another pile. Clear and concise message for pile number 3. What's happened here? What's the baseline of this connection, Spirit? Can we take a look at pile number 3 and the person they came here about, their intentions, and what's happened here in the past, so that pile 3 knows that this is their reading. Thank you, Spirit. Pile 3's person's intentions in this connection. What are their intentions in this connection? Pile number 3's person's intentions in this connection. All right, I'm feeling that one. Kind of feeling all slippery under my hand. Okie dokie. So don't take words literally. I'm going to channel the energy, okay? Clear and concise message here for pile number 3. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message, Spirit. What is the energy of this connection? The energy of this connection at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Feeling that one too. Okay, let's move these out of my way. Get out of here. Oh my goodness, this is the first reading I've done in a long time without a wand. Wow. I'm on pile 3 and I didn't bring out the wand. All right, well, let's keep going, I guess. So let's see what's going on. The Magician, Virgo, Gemini. 10 of Cups. Oh my God, you guys are manifesting a 10 Cups? Oh my goodness. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning. All right, let's keep going. Forever changed. You changed my life without even trying. The old me is dead and gone. Oh my goodness, I'm getting goosebumps. Within a few weeks. Oh my goodness. Ascending. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is all about you. All about you. It's like that person is like, I don't know, not even in your memory banks almost, you know, although the impacts of this person in your world is very, very real. You're a completely different person from experiencing this connection. You're not the same person at all. And it's for the better, you know, no matter how challenging it might have been, hurtful, the lessons, how much of your life this thing might have been involved with. I feel like all of this is talking about your current energy. And if you're not here, you will be here very shortly. This is all about the power you have in your hands to bring towards you your happiness, your ideal relationship. You're aligning with a new beginning. You're really powerful right now. There's a massive understanding of self and power of self and working with the universe to bring towards you manifestation. Okay, and I feel like a lot of you guys are manifesting emotional happiness in a relationship in the 3D. And this is saying within a few weeks. So I feel like this is going to most likely surprise you. Although I do feel like a lot of you guys are saying, you know, I don't know that I'm wanting any connection here because I feel like whatever you went through has already changed you. And you've had to release that person. But maybe you are ready, more ready than you think. And I feel you are ready. But I feel like there is this newer version of you, a more ascended, spiritual, enlightened version of you that's more powerful in this 3D world as a result of this connection. That, by the way, I feel is overdone, dusted, gone. And I feel like you've understood or integrated a lot of parts of your shadow. And I feel like there is this acceptance of parts of you that you know you cannot change, parts of this connection that you know you have to accept, and seeing your beautiful light and integrating this in a way that's very balanced. I'm feeling temperance energy from this. So Sagittarius as well as pulling through. Okay. So let's take a look then. What is the person on your mind? What are their intentions? This is interesting. I don't know if it's the person you ran over or the person coming in. What's going on in a few weeks? I don't know. I don't know that you want to know. I don't know. It's a surprise. Oh my gosh, closure. Maybe you'll get closure, you know, within a few weeks. Maybe you're just wanting closure from someone. This is the end and it's successful. I feel it is very successful here because who wins? You win. Look at this energy. You won. You already won. Graduation, closure, closing out a massive cycle here. Okay, successfully and very long. And this is like the birthing process for the new. Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you're no longer at the mercy of the limiting mind in the prison. There's the Moon, deep emotions, and there's the Fool. You're no longer afraid of the unknown. Okay. Feeling another energy here. Let's keep going before death and rebirth. I just heard, I'm right behind you. Oh my gosh, is this a person you ran over? Who didn't apologize, who didn't give you closure? Who was still transforming? Who was in their fears? Who was holding back? High Priestess in reverse, 7 Pentacles, and the Hermit, and the 5 of Cups. You guys, I'm going to deliver this, okay? If you don't want to take this person, don't. I'm just reading cards. Somebody feels bad. It's most likely the person you ran over. I don't know. Somebody feels bad. And so if they feel bad, chances are you have a history with this person. Unless this person is coming from another situation that they feel guilty and bad and sad. But I don't think you're going to deal with someone like this, if I got to be honest, in this energy. And there was my email confirming. Okay, I'm going to stick to this being the person of the past, you know. This is how it's coming through here. They feel bad and they've been called to close out a cycle. Okay, with themselves, and also I feel like in this connection to provide closure here. This takes a lot of self-reflection. This is in the upright. A lot of self-inquiry and a lot of truth and a lot of being isolated for however long we need to be in order to understand our own truth. This person had a hard time opening up. They had a lack mindset. They were very held back, very guarded, and very stingy with their energy here. I feel like this person was needing to understand their heart and also most likely owed you an apology here. It was very blocked because I feel like this person had to look at and understand their own mind stories and their limitations in order for them to transform, release, and allow themselves to really be honest with their heart space. This would take growth and change that I feel this person's been resisting for some time because of fears and because of limiting mindsets. But I feel like this person is experienced, I don't know, maybe a separation, or maybe because of all of this reflective or feeling like in the heart space here, feeling bad, sad about what they did, said, or whatever, sitting here in this 5 cups, you know, they miss out, they lose out, they feel bad and regret. And it's like, I need to just take a chance here. I need to trust in the divine. I need to trust my emotions, which is a very scary place for someone to go, because I do feel like this person was very held back and very closed. So this is like, I'm just going to take a blind leap and nurture this connection and invest in something here that I might have fumbled because of the fact that I was not putting the right type of energy here, because this is something that's already been established for some time. Stunted. It's like a wee little thing, you know? And I'm getting the energy, if you don't want it to grow, I want it to grow. So I'm going to constantly feed this thing. So I don't know if this person energetically, however they think they're doing it, because I don't see you collaborating here so much. I feel this person is like energetically growing this thing, regardless if you're in a 3 pentacle or not. It's like, I want to put in this time and this effort and this energy towards what was there. Because I feel like this is someone who is taken, you've invested with for quite some time with the 7 pentacles. This is a very, very, very long time. I'm talking years. You know, I'm talking years. But it's like they don't see, and why they don't see and understand is like, I don't see and understand where this is going to go, because I do feel like your energy, you know, if this is you, I don't think you're wanting to deal with anything of the past. And so this is like, I don't even know, but I don't need to know. I'm just going to give to it. So isn't that fascinating? It's like the shoes on the other foot, and it could stay on the other foot here as far as I'm concerned, because this is giving selflessly. But this could also be an energy here of like, you know, with this over here is like, I'm going to do this in hopes that there is something still to be salvaged, in hopes that we can manifest something more, because I see that there was something here. And I also understand that I can give to this thing on my own. Wow. So whatever energy this person was in or under or whatever is like closing out. And I feel like it was really this slow death. And it's interesting that this death card is the death and rebirth. So this just confirms again to me that there is this thing that needed to die off in order to be reborn, you know, reborn. So this is a whole new person you're dealing with here, like transformed. But I do feel as someone from the past, if I have to be honest and really go with my intuition on this one. And I don't know, within a few weeks. And this is why this kind of makes sense here now, you know, because at first I was like, well, you're kind of just got out of something. You know, unless this person like checked every single box within a few weeks. But I feel like it's this right timing, you know, this right timing or this right transformation or this ability for this person to just trust the universe blindly and take a leap into the unknown, I don't know what's going to happen. And this always held me back. I was always very fearful of jumping into the unknown. But to this, I don't know how long they sat in 5 cups. And upon seeing a truth and being honest with myself and reflecting on the greater understanding of spirituality and an inner deeper knowing has led me to close out whatever was trapped here. So that's their intention, is like, once I'm through this, okay, but let's see then what's their action. My goodness, these readings, what's going on there? All these planetary shifts are, we see Aquarius with the Fool and Virgo, Gemini with the Magician, Scorpio with the Death and Rebirth. And what else did we see there? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. Person they came here about, what's their next move? Their next action towards pile number 3. What are they actually going to do here? Their next action. Just keep in mind energy. It's like this. Energy is fluid. Okay, I could do this reading 2 minutes from now and get a complete different reading for the same person if they change their energy frequency. Okay, or it could stay like this for years if they keep their frequency the same. Okay, so don't set it in stone. The sun. I see the lights. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh my goodness. Leo energy. I see the lights. Temperance in reverse. Sagittarius energy. Knight of Wands. 10 Pentacles. 5 of Wands. 5 of Cups in reverse. And the Queen of Swords. And under that is the Emperor in reverse. So, pile number 3. What is this telling me? The person who couldn't step up, the person who is in shadow, most likely divine masculine, is seeing and is looking back. Why? because most likely sat in a 5 cups. And now it's like the only thing I can be honest about with that hermit that we saw, that the person was sitting in, is the power in my hands to get out of this 5 cups is within me. I see this. I was unhealed. It was imbalanced. There was a potential at risk here, and I was very conflicted, and I created a lot of conflict, and there might still be a whole lot of conflict, but I want to move towards this because I'm driven by passion, and I'm driven by warmth, and I'm driven by the delight and the joy that I know that this connection brought to me or can bring to me, because I have clarity, and I also have enlightenment because I sat in the hermit's energy. We only sit in hermits to get enlightened. This person is enlightened and is seeing very clearly. And this is motivating them to take action despite conflict with you and internal conflict. They have no idea, what's going to happen. And I have a feeling neither do you. And I feel like this person doesn't see, where this can go, what energy you might be in, whether you're upset, whether you're going to chew their head off. I don't know, And I do feel like there's this seeing what has transpired. But I also feel like there's still this a lack of knowing where it's going, clarity. I don't know where it's going to go at all, but I do know what it's not going to be. It's not going to be me here sitting in fear of feeling bad and missing out, because this person has been sitting looking back with a whole lot of regret here. You can only sit here so long. It's like this person's motivated by feeling not bad and passion to feel good, and a clarity of seeing where it went wrong, seeing where they were getting in their own way, where the imbalances happened that really, like I say, stunted this build. And so what's their next move? I feel like this person is coming forward, and I feel like despite what's up ahead here, they want to fight for this connection. I feel they want to fight to get some warmth here. They want to fight through their inability to maybe, I don't know, be the upright emperor that they need to understand a little bit more in regards to how to be balanced and how to heal. And I do feel like the main driver here is the warmth of this connection and the clarity that they have on why it didn't work. But everything else to me seems a mystery here, But is this person going to fight for this connection? Yes. They are going to fight for this connection. They're very certain and clear about this. They don't want to lose this connection. And so even if they do lose it, it's like, at least then I tried, because I don't know where this is going, and I don't want to sit in this energy. I missed out. I didn't act, and the woulda, coulda, shouldas. This person does not want to sit in woulda, coulda, shouldas. I do feel like there's one more layer here. What's this person going to do? So we got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What is pile number 3's person going to do then in their next action? Can we get a little bit more? Let's close out this reading. What will they do? So we have 8 of Wands. That is in reverse. That's the card of communication and breakthrough. Although I see all these wands pointing to one sort of central thing here. What will pile 3's person do? What are their next actions? 9 of Wands in reverse. We got 8 to the 9. High Priestess. And the 10 Pentacles. And the 4 of Cups. And the King of Cups. So it's very consistent with the energy here, though it's a little foggy. I have so much love for pile number 3. No question. And I feel like you and this person have been separated, or this person's been left out, and feeling not liking that energy, feeling like they're losing out, missing out. A 5 cups, a 4 cups. This life sucks without pile number 3. And I have so much love here. And so I feel like whatever was getting in the way of blocking the way they'd communicate, or how communication might have got in the way of the progress or the breakthrough in how they feel and allowing things to move forward. They're now surrendering. It's like, I surrender to the universe and I don't know what's going to happen. So they're guided by the universe. They're not knowing how it's going to happen. I don't feel like this person is even aware or understands or knows that this is what they're going to do. You know, it's hidden from them even. But what is this? Surrender leads to this 10 Pentacles, leads to happily ever after, leads to two people coming together to build a future together that stands the test of time, that allows there to be a breakthrough only through the surrender. But they have to go through the steps. And I get the 8, the 9 is like succession. And so it's like they were blocked, I feel, in communicating a greater truth. And all of this blockage didn't allow things to flow. And I feel like this person can't sit 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, thinking about the love that got away, or the love just sitting here stagnant. It's like it's sitting here, like coagulating. It's like, I got to surrender to this feeling I have. Surrender to love. It always catches up. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. So Spirit is really showing this connection moved very, very slow, very, very stuck. And this person is going to sit in an energy here where eventually they just surrender to what is, not knowing what's going to happen. But I feel like it's coming from a place of taking their shot, you know, the Fool and surrender, and the High Priestess in reverse, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. I have no idea where this is going, but I'm going to fight with the 5 of Wands. Fight for you, fight for this. And with the 7 Pentacles we were seeing there, it's like, I want to do what I can to nurture this thing that has been there for some time. For a lot of you guys, it's already an established family. Or it could be a future vision of the family that I wasn't nurturing, that I'm now fighting for. This person's fighting for a future with you, you know, but whether you're in it or not in it, or fighting with them or not, they're resisting or not, I don't see this here, and neither do they. So neither will you. All right. Pile number 3. This is your reading. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. If you're Paul, maybe you're dealing with someone named Paul, or maybe you're Paula. If you're dealing with someone else, or maybe you want another aspect of this person, go check out another pile. Okay. I said if you're dealing with someone else, which I don't normally say. And you said within a few weeks, you guys might be on to another connection. You know, I don't know if you came here about this person of the past. Maybe you came about the person of the future. Maybe that's the last pile. I don't know. Interesting readings today. Okay. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 4. You guys pick a Spirit Speak, Apparition, Tarot. Let's take a look at the person on your mind, the person you came here about. We're looking at their intentions and their next move towards you. Okay. Now, in order for you to know whether this is your pile or not, we're going to do a quick sort of pulse check of the connection. You know, what's going on energetically here, or what's in passing, so that you know whether this is your connection or not. Okay. So energy could be flipped. It could say it's you, it's your person, vice versa. You could pick your own pile, meaning this is your own intentions, your own actions. If that's the case, you can go check out another pile. Okay. Don't force any messages that aren't for you. Well, let's take a look. Spirit, clear and concise message for beautiful pile number 4. The person they came here about, the connection they came here about. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 4. And this connection. What's going on energetically? What has happened? How will pile 4 know that this is indeed their pile? And their person's intentions at this time. Clear and concise message. Pile 4's person's intentions. Thank you so much, spirits. Thank you so much, Pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing a reading. Okay. Don't take words literally from these cards, okay? It's going to be just channeled energy that I tap into. The overall energy, also the connection, spirit. Pile number 4. Clear and concise message. Thank you so much. Please help me to channel this message in a way Pile 4 will understand what's going on in this connection. Lessons. You're like, damn it. I feel the one on the bottom. Lessons, lessons, lessons. We know connections are all about lessons, don't we? What else do we have? Very soon. Oh my goodness. I'm learning my divine lessons and will soon be by your side. All right. Grass is greener. I need time to see if there's better romantic options. Oh my goodness. What the? Somebody didn't choose you. And for some of you guys, they definitely might be somebody who still wants to date around for some of you guys. But all this to me is really saying whatever option they chose, the thing that seemed stronger, better, I don't know, more relevant in their world, because this person didn't prioritize this connection, is coming through very, very clearly. A lack of prioritization created suffering and most likely separation. And so this person might have ghosted, ran, or didn't step up. So I think you learned a lesson. But I'm also getting an energy here, okay? And I, again, do not ever like to give false promise. Like this person, whatever it was they chose, I chose to run. I chose to date around. I chose my independence. I chose something here that I thought was realer, better, greener, whatever. Actually isn't. I don't know why they realize now it isn't. I don't know. The relationship fell apart. I was miserable, whatever it is. But it's like, now I want to sort of come be by your side. But it's like, well, I don't know if it's a revolving door here and anyone could just come in, or if there's a security guard sitting outside this door. I guess we'll find out. Let's take a look. The High Priestess in reverse. So lots of secrets we didn't see, we didn't know. Maybe we were ghosted and didn't see it coming, you know. And look at this. It's like we didn't want to see. So maybe there was a truth here you didn't want to see. Pisces energy. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. Cancer. I'm getting a couple of things. This is kind of a catch-all pile. I am getting that Spirit is keeping you definitely in the dark here. This has been navigate through feels. And it's been difficult to navigate. And so we're still not clearly seeing, you know, we can't see, we feel like we're in the dark and we don't understand what's happened and why it's happened. And we might just be sort of living with that. Okay. For some of you guys, it's like having to understand that lesson, knowing that there's a potential and whatever. And I feel like it got stunted or stopped here. Okay, and then for some of you guys, it's like you learned your lesson, and then this person who was not filling you in, not providing you with an understanding, maybe very, like just keeping you in the dark or mysterious about their intentions. It's like this person can't move on or couldn't move on or couldn't go in that direction anymore. And is being called to sort of deal with where they're at here. I don't know if you're going to resonate with this, you know. To me, it seems like I'm missing so much, but maybe you're like, yeah, that's exactly it. Let's see. I don't know. I'm going to pull 3 cards because I don't feel it's exactly it. Oh, shit. I wanted to see the bottom card. That's okay. Let's see. 3 cards here, spirits, because the tarot reader needs to understand so I can channel this a bit better. What's going on here? How will pile number 4 know that this is their connection? Oops, this one fell in my lap, just like that. How will pile 4 know that this is their connection? What's going on? What has happened here? This person kept you in the dark. Temperance. That's this. Learning lessons, healing, balance, transformation. Look, we got 2 people here. Okay. Seven of Cups, again, keeping you sort of as an option, keeping things unclear, maybe still, you know, in another connection, or still wanting to date around, or a need for balance and healing here. A Knight of Wands in reverse. We see a plane and a car. I'm getting Chariot energy. Cancer, things stopped, things were in balance, things moved. There could be long distance here. Okay. You guys, I know what's going on here, okay? You were dealing with someone who I feel ghosted you or ran from you. I don't feel it was you. I don't. It could just be that this person was trying to keep you in the dark, and then you just said, well, I can't stay here kind of thing. But I feel like they're the ones that initiated this big fat realization to you that it's like this person wasn't going to move forward with you because of the fact that the grass was greener. Whatever this means in their energy language, I'd rather not choose you for whatever the reasons are. And you had no idea. You were kept in the dark about why they chose this last minute or why they did what they did. And they never gave you any explanation or provided any clarity about this. And you knew that there was an ability for you guys to build something solid, but it's like it got cut off at the knees without you maybe even understanding why and what would happen from here. And I do feel like a lot of you guys had big lesson here in this. It's like, wow. I never thought that, you know, somebody would do this, or I don't know. You're still trying to understand the lessons and heal from this, I feel. And I feel like a lot of you guys might have already healed and might have already transformed. Some of you guys are working through this. Yeah. So what about this person though? Are they I don't know, because now I'm just seeing your energy here of what's transpired. It got stuck, it got stunted, it was imbalanced, they didn't. Okay, so now let's see. What is pile number 4's person's intentions? Queen of Cups. Oh my goodness. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Under that, we have the World in reverse. Someone needing closure. Someone with a lot of love to give here. The Magician in reverse. Okay, Virgo, Gemini. The Hierophant. Taurus. 10 Swords. An ending. Owie. 5 of Wands in reverse. The 6 of Cups in reverse, and the Lovers. Okay, so if you resonate with that being sort of what happened and transpired in your connection, the person you came here about, I feel like whatever this person did was out of a selfishness here. And their selfishness got in the way of you guys manifesting a 10 Pentacle clear, and it resulted in an ending. This ending, although very painful for you, is also very painful for this person. I feel like you didn't want to have to compete and chase after this person, but I also feel like this person doesn't want to sit in what they created here that was painful between you and them. And so they might have sat in inner conflict about what it was that they did or what they need to do now. And there was a lot of this. Okay, but I think this really stemmed around the Hierophant energy in their world. And so this could represent commitment and our lifestyle. And this, with this, could certainly represent like, I don't know how I can manifest a commitment, or I selfishly want to support the world that I've created and understood and conditioned to believe is my world and how it has to be, and conform to that, then provide you with any clarity or honesty or truth here in any way. And it resulted in an ending. And so their intention here now, that they're sitting here in sort of a conflicted, suffering state long enough for them to say, I don't want to be conflicted anymore. They're now sitting with the realization that, there was no success in how it ended at all. It could have ended positively, everybody happy with closure, and we would have moved on or together, or it could have been successful. But instead of this, my actions selfishly or an inability to produce ended in so much pain for you and I, most likely just I, because I'm more concerned with my suffering now. And I'm seeing that there could have been better closure. And man, oh man, oh man, oh man, I just keep playing over and over and over and over and over in my mind this thing that I've done, that I keep coming back to the same conclusion, that I'm at this precipice of making a decision here. And this decision is confronting me with what you mean to me, what this connection would mean to me. No matter how much I try to avoid, run, suppress, or go elsewhere, now it's really loud in my mind. And I'm back at this sort of crossing point that I can't fight it anymore. I have to acknowledge this. And even though you might say, well, you already chose, in a way they chose, but they chose from a place that was unconscious, a place of fear, a place of their usual way of coping, or whatever way that they would generally deal with being confronted with something. And it's like, until I'm conscious and actually deal with the situation in a way that either has full closure and I choose not to because I don't want it, or I choose to lean into it and choose it because I want it. But that is not what happened. This person either got cold feet, didn't understand themselves, was out in the dark. Like, there's so much confusion here, 7 cups, confusion. But I kept thinking about the potential here, and I can't forget about you. And it's like I went against my intuition, and I know somewhere in my soul that didn't feel right. And so it was kind of buzzing like a fridge, it kept buzzing. It's like it needs closure in a proper way, because whatever they did choose to do was not really an authentic choice. Because when we're with the lovers, we're confronted with a choice that one must make from love, from the heart space, from authenticity. And if they choose fear, they're listening to the subconscious and the ego. And then that puts them in this sort of an energy. I chose wrong. I didn't choose right. I didn't understand. I chose from fear. I ran. I was selfish. I created pain, whatever the story is. I was conditioned to program to believe that this is what I needed, wanted, was more important to me, whatever this is. Okay. And so I feel like there's so much love here, and there's an understanding that you were able to provide a lot of love to this person. So the potential of knowing how much love is here. And there was a soul recognition here. Okay. So you've been put into this person's world to kind of get them to step up and out of their fears, to make a decision that's conscious. And they felt it on a soul level. And instead of leaning into the soul level, they tried to trick themselves and say, no. I don't understand. I don't go against my intuition and do the opposite. Choose the opposite person, or choose the opposite path, or avoid this thing. And Spirit's like, oh, avoidance. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep replay. Because when we start to avoid our fears, they start to really represent themselves in dreams, in thought. And we can't get out of this replay of a memory, because we're being called by Spirit to go and consciously look at what we need to look at to make decisions that are in line with love and our greatest purpose, not to avoid it and to suppress it. And I feel like this person chose to not look at it. Okay, but I do feel there's in the soul, there's a lot of love here. So what is their intention? Their intention is sort of guided by Spirit in a way that they can't avoid. It's pulled by the divine. They're being pulled to the crossroads of the lovers to revisit this again. I think this is the last place they want to be honest. If they could just avoid and run, they'd be great there. They'd rather not have to deal with this, but they're being pulled to revisit this so that they can close this out, whatever fears, runnings, whatever this is. Okay, so their intention is driven by the divine infiltrating their dreams and their visions and their memories and their thoughts, so that they can take a look at their fears and acknowledge their reverse high priestess and what they did. Because what they did wasn't good, because this lesson is going to come one way or another, whether we're ready or not. The divine's like, you'll learn this lesson, and divine makes it uncomfortable until we snap. So this person's about to snap with that 6 of Cups in reverse, because that's almost like a bad nightmare. 6 of Cups in reverse gives me 9 swords all the time, It keeps replaying, and it's like, man, I got to deal with this thing, So let's take a look. Actions. Pile 4 person's actions. What is pile four's person's next move, actions towards pile four? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message, Spirit. Thank you so much. What is pile four's person's next move, actions in this connection? Okay. This one's coming out. Pile four's person's next move, actions towards pile 4 in this connection. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. Feel it like this. Weird. Okay. Oh my goodness. Emperor. Okay. Divine masculine. Feeling empowered. 4 of Cups. I lost out. Rejection. Fear of rejection. 8 of Wands. Communication. Ace of Wands. 8 plus 9 is, or 8 plus 1 is 9. Is this person defensive? Let's see. King of Cups in reverse. Oh my gosh, we saw the Queen and now we're seeing the King of Cups. The 3 of Cups. 6 of Wands in reverse. And the Devil. Capricorn energy and the Star. Aquarius energy. Aries. And under that's the 3 of Wands. Okay. Beautiful angel. This person is still... Ooh. Happy times. Ooh. Another happy time. So... this person is in a state of influx still, okay? So don't set it in stone just yet. I think if we would have waited maybe a little longer, it'd be a little more clear. But the message is coming through clear. But their energy is what's not really completely clear here, okay? Because I feel like they're still working through some stuff. The biggest thing here is I think this person is really, really, really not liking the consequences of their action, okay? This is like the... you know, I just broke up and I don't want to see anyone or do anything. And it's like this sucky kid. It's like the little kid at the McDonald's play place that didn't get to the toy that he wanted and everyone else is playing in the play place and it's his birthday. And instead of running around, getting all sweaty and playing in the ball pit, is sitting there crying about the car being green and not red that he got in the McDonald's toy. And he sits there all party. Looking at, why isn't it red? Why isn't it red? Oh, I don't want green. I don't want green. I don't want green. And he sits here and sits here. But it never changes the color of the car. And I feel like we only sit there until, you know, the child and it realizes I'm going to go out to play. It always happens. You know, it might be a little later. It might be soon enough. They realize. And then when we start to develop that, we know as an adult, it's like, this doesn't do us any good. So this person's sitting in a don't do me any good sort of energy because I feel like they don't like what's happened, but they also don't like what they are being called to do. So it's like that sort of an energy, right? It's like the kid, like, I really wanted the red car. And it's like, I don't like having to accept this. That's what I'm really getting. I don't want to have to accept this. And what are they having to accept? The fact that this person would have to act in line with their truest high priestess emotions and acknowledge their feels. And if they do this, they might get rejected now because I feel like this person feels like they're unsure here whether they'd have success with you. This is really holding this person back. One, I don't know if I'd be successful in succeeding in this connection. So maybe that could be a reason why they ran initially. Okay, we didn't look at subconscious energies, but it could be the sabotage energy. I won't please you anyway. It won't succeed anyway. I'm not capable of I don't know, doing the thing anyway. There's these toxic beliefs that they have that's preventing them from success, that's holding them back in life. Okay. And then the other layer I'm seeing here is like, I don't know if I'd be successful in that conversation with you because look what's happened. And so what are they contemplating here? They're contemplating how to move forward and how to talk to you. And they're also feeling defensive about it because it's like, man, can I take rejection? Can I take it if I confront you and then you don't want me or it doesn't go well? Like, how would I take that? Oh my God, you know, because they're already in a devilly sort of energy of a belief that they believe to be true, that they're undeserving, or that I don't know if it's undeserving so much, but it's a toxic belief that keeps them from thinking that they're already going to fail, or fear of rejection. Because this could be somebody very, very egotistical. I don't know who we're dealing with. But whatever the belief is, though, that's the thing that doesn't want to be shattered. It's like a way that they engage with their understanding that really limits them, by the way, and keeps them stuck in life, because they don't want to get rejected, or they don't want to fail, because it would reflect to them their own value. If I fail, if I don't succeed, then I suck. Okay, which we know is untrue. But it's like, but I also know I need to confront pile number 4. I have to talk to them. I have to make this right, because my high priestess, the world, the lessons, the universe is slapping me upside the head, and this don't feel good. So what do I do? What do I do? So I'm going between 9 wands, sorry, maybe 9 swords is how they're feeling anxious, but a 9 wands, where I'm sort of guarded, protecting myself, gaining my energy. It's like the wounded warrior. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up. I've already been through so much. I need to deal with this. I need to talk and confront, but it's like, but I'm holding myself back. I'm holding myself back because I keep staring at the green car, hoping it turns red. So what does this mean? I hope that it just magically changes. Maybe the universe will make things go right without me having to put myself on the line or be rejected. So maybe pile 4 will come all of a sudden and fix this thing. I don't know. But it's like, and also this person is coming through here like, I don't want to have to deal with looking at my emotions truthfully. Because once I communicate with you, it goes hand in hand with me having to deal with my emotions. And this is what I was trying to avoid in the first place. So what do I do? But what do they want? This person wants reconciliation and is most likely going to come forward with a reconciliation, because this is their action towards you. Communicating a reconciliation, regardless of this hesitancy, of this pull, of this not wanting to acknowledge their emotions. And why? Why are they reconciling? Because they see this future. This future is in line with their destined purpose. They had the Lovers and this need to step up to the plate. There's this path of their wish, their future. And going against this would be sort of choosing the false path, the path of fear instead of the path of love. And so it takes a big boy to be in the McDonald's play place and say, you know what, I didn't get the green car, or I didn't get the red car. I guess I'll take this green car. That's emperor energy. That's an emperor, although in a small little fashion. And it's like this person is not acting like an emperor right now. And it's within them to be an emperor and to acknowledge what they have in front of them. I don't want to deal with my feelings. Okay, well, an emperor wouldn't say that. So what are we, a man or a mouse, But it's all caused from this like devilly thing. This belief that holds them back. And it's a toxic belief. And from some of you guys, it's like, I have this toxic thing. I'd use the word toxic, of course, it's very pointed, but it's destructive. The devil, it's not good. Toxic way of being, or unhealthy way of dealing with it, or coping with it, or a devilly way about me, that is getting in the way. And for a lot of them, it's ego. I'm seeing 6 wands, which is ego. The emperor is ego. And then this little boy crying at the thing is because of his little ego's bruised, Yes, part of his feelings too, because I feel like his feelings is like, I want to celebrate with you. 3 of Wands in reverse. So yeah, and this as well is talking about like the progress here. It fell apart. The rug got pulled. Plans got thwarted. Okay, and so there's a need to address this and be empowered to understand and deal with, why did the plans fall apart? Why did it get thwarted? Why can we not move forward? Why was there no progress? It's like, this is all sort of up to me, because I do feel like on a level, this person understands that the reason it fell apart and it doesn't proceed or proceeded, couldn't proceed, was because of their inability to be empowered to step up like an emperor, because they chose to be a devil, or they chose to be little boy blue who sat with his thumb in the plum. Do you know what I'm saying? And so now there's this, but the reconciliation means more to me. And they're really crossing their fingers and their toes and really hoping that they don't have to confront you and deal with their feelings. And look, this is the devil. So for a lot of you guys, what is this unhealthy way in this devil? It's how I deal with my emotions. I don't want to look at it. There's a block here in my heart. There's a block here in how I give love, receive love, and know what to do with these emotions. It's blocked. And I don't want to have to look at it or deal with it, but I'm hoping for a reconciliation and still hope that I don't have to look at this thing. But then I know that this might go pretty poorly, but I don't want to acknowledge it so much. But if it goes poorly, I'm not going to succeed. I can't succeed as long as I have blocks in my inability to look at my emotions. We can't be victorious, and I know this, obviously, if I don't share my emotions. But I'm hoping and crossing my toes here that we could still come together here and we could be in a 3 cups, and that I'm not required to be anything more than a 3 cups with you, because I'm really short-term thinking, and this is what I really want to sort of come forward with. But I'm still a little 9 wands and a little hesitant and a little bit still wanting to sulk a little bit longer here. Because I know that when I do 3 cups with you, if you don't make my life, sort of uncomfortable, that eventually in the future, if I do deal with this devil, then I've got everything I want. And I do know if I don't deal with this devil, I still got you in my life here, but something's pulling me to something greater and more. And instead of stepping up to the plate, I sort of ran from it. And so now here's me stepping up to the plate halfway, thinking I'm an emperor, because I do need to deal with the falling apart, which I'm taking accountability in some way by coming back. Maybe apologizing, maybe communicating, maybe sort of with the effort of looking like I'm here again to fix this, but it stopped short because there's still a big old block here in regards to my ego, in regards to me entertaining my real true feelings and communicating my real chains to my unhealthy understandings I have of myself. So where's this going to go? I mean, it's going to go maybe repeating another cycle if you deal with this person, unless you tell them, hey, you need to deal with your emotions and no can duo with this reconciliation till you shed your ego or deal with your devil. And you come like this for, when you're completely sort of healed here in a way that allows things to move forward and to progress. But only because you've done the work, not because only when he comes correctly is he going to fill my cup. You got to fill your cup, or else this person's never going to fill your cup. Okay? In fact, they're not ready to fill your cup at all. This person is looking at the bouncy castle, everybody playing but them. So, pile number 4, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I love you so much. I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.